It happens to everyone. You are sitting on your couch, you suddenly remember you need something from the kitchen, you stand up, walk through the doorway, and stop dead in your tracks because you have absolutely no idea why you are there. You stare blankly at the refrigerator, blink a few times, and feel a sudden wave of frustration. For a brief, terrifying second, you wonder if your brain is completely misfiring. This bizarre mental glitch is so incredibly common that psychologists have given it an official name, the doorway effect. For decades, scientists believed this was just a simple case of a weak memory or a fleeting distraction, but recent neurological studies reveal something far more fascinating about how human memory is structured. To understand why a simple doorway can completely wipe your short-term memory clean, we have to look at the brain as a highly complex tiered computer storage network. Our minds do not process reality in one continuous, uninterrupted stream. Instead, the brain categorizes our life experiences into distinct, isolated event models. Think of an event model as a temporary file folder in your brain. While you are sitting in your living room, your brain opens a specific file folder dedicated entirely to that specific environment. In this living room folder, your brain keeps all relevant information easily accessible: the TV volume, the temperature, the conversation you're having, and the sudden thought that you need a pair of scissors from the study. Because human working memory is extremely limited, the brain has to be incredibly efficient with its processing power. It cannot hold on to every piece of information indefinitely. To save energy, your working memory operates like a whiteboard, constantly writing down immediate tasks and wiping them away when they are no longer deemed relevant to your immediate surroundings. When you stand up and actively walk toward the doorway of another room, your brain registers this physical transition as a major psychological boundary line. Passing through a doorway sends a massive command signal to your subconscious mind. Attention, we are exiting the current environment and entering a completely new workspace. In response to this threshold transition, your brain performs a radical background cleanup operation called an event purge. It assumes that whatever you were thinking about in the previous room is no longer critical for your survival in the next room, so it literally clears the whiteboard to make space for new information. The living room file folder is closed and archived, and a brand new empty kitchen file folder is instantly deployed into your active working memory profile. Unfortunately, if your specific goal, like finding the scissors, was only stored inside the temporary living room folder, it gets caught in the crossfire of the event purge and accidentally erased. You are left standing in the kitchen with a perfectly clear blank mind. Your brain has successfully loaded the new environment, but it forgot to bring your purpose along with it. Researchers at the University of Notre Dame actively tested this phenomenon by putting participants through virtual and real-world environments, tracking their memory retention across rooms. The study conclusively proved that walking through an actual doorway caused a massive drop in memory recall, regardless of whether the physical distance traveled was large or small. It is not the length of the walk that erases your memory. It is the mental reset button triggered by the structural architecture of the doorway itself. This design flaw is actually an evolutionary survival mechanism. In the wild, our ancestors needed to instantly forget about the safety of their cave the moment they stepped outside into predator territory. An instantly cleared mental whiteboard allowed primitive humans to rapidly assess new threats without being dangerously distracted by old thoughts. But in the modern world, this ancient mechanism mostly just serves as an annoying inconvenience when we are simply trying to locate a phone charger or a glass of water. If you want to beat the doorway effect, psychologists recommend a simple trick. Physically hold or look at an object related to your task or loudly speak your goal out loud before you cross the threshold. By reinforcing the thought with a physical action or sound, you force your brain to keep that memory thread alive, ensuring your purpose survives the purge all the way into the next room.